Hey, what's going on, Screen Peekers? My name is Nick, and we are here today, if you can tell, for the Summer Games Fest. And with me, joining me today, is my dashing co-host and his sunglasses. We're here to discuss our predictions, our wish list, and everything in between regarding the Steam or the Summer Games Fest. Marco, say hi.
Summer Games Fest, baby. It's here, and
Let's
I'm
go.
I'm ready.
Let's
I'm
go.
ready. Wearing sunglasses indoors for this. This is our time. This is the exciting portion of. This is what I look forward to every summer, right? It's not beaches, it's not vacations. It's game trailers, baby. What do you got
like,
for us, Nick?
like we said in our last video, 'tis the season. But yeah, no, I'll kick us off real quick on my number one prediction slash wish list, and that's going to be Witcher 4. What Witcher 4, man? There's so much hype behind this game, and I think they just announced a Witcher 3 DLC, which is huge. I think tying it back to the rest of the game to Witcher 4, and I am so excited. I get it. Cyberpunk. Did you enjoy Cyberpunk?
Admittedly, I need to play more of it. I'm only like 15 hours in, and I actually may just restart it. But
Restart it. It's in a much better place now. But I know a lot of people are shying away and are hesitant about Witcher 4 because of the performance of Cyberpunk and how that kind of got rolled out. But I am faithful to the franchise. CD Projekt Red really cleaned up Cyberpunk. It's running a lot better now. It's a very solid game. One of my favorite games, honestly, that I've played in recent times. And Witcher 4, I'm excited.
I think I can confidently put Witcher 3 in my top 3 games of all time.
Ooh.
I think I feel very confident in being able to say that. So the announcement of this week, Songs of the Past, new DLC next year. I don't know about Witcher 4. I would actually go in a different direction and say if we're going to see anything out of CD Projekt Red, it would actually be the Witcher 1 remake that they also announced, which I'm also excited for because I think I don't know about yourself, like most people, I actually started with Witcher 2. I was not a PC guy at the time, so I beat Assassin of Kings, Witcher 2, and then obviously Witcher 3 blew me away. I never touched the first game, and if actually you look at the old game, it's a very different type of game. It's
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that they're remaking that for a modern era. But actually, I hope we see Witcher 1 because we saw a little bit of Witcher 4, and I don't think we'll get anything for Witcher 4 for a while. So I hope we see something from CD Projekt Red. Even I'll just take some gameplay from the new DLC that they just announced. But yeah, give me some DLC gameplay. Give me some Witcher 1 gameplay. Something out of CD Projekt Red.
I need more cinematics, man. I need to see Siri. I can't wait. But yeah, Witcher 1. If I didn't know they're remaking Witcher 1, but that's crazy because
dude.
I don't know if you know this, but there's already an enhanced edition that kind of like a remaster to the first one that came out a long time ago. But even that is super dated, and I did play through it. Combat is very outdated to say the least.
I know we said in our last video we don't love all the remakes, but if a game deserves a remake, it's that type of game. So I honestly my prediction is they go Witcher 3 DLC next year, 27, 28 they do Witcher 1 remake, and 29 is Witcher 4. That's my guess.
3 years.
3 years. Oh, dude, Witcher
Come
4
on,
is so
man.
far away.
No.
Plus we gotta talk about it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe it's built on the Unreal Engine 5 engine, and we just got the announcement for Unreal Engine 6. They're going to put it on Unreal Engine 6. We saw that tech demo of Witcher 4 running on Unreal 5. They're going to push that baby to the limits. They got to upgrade it to 6. And 6 ain't coming until 2028.
It's going to be a next gen game. That's for sure.
I think Witcher 4 we may even be pushing 2030, 2031. I think my brother we got a while. So tease us, give us a little Witcher 1 remake in the meantime to whet our appetites.
Yeah, and all good, right? Because as we'll see today, there are a lot of games coming out soon that will be keeping us preoccupied. But Marco, what's the first game on your list?
All right, I'm going to swing for the fences on this one. Capcom has been firing on all cylinders last few years. So many great remakes, new games. We just had Resident Evil Requiem.
Yes.
Requiem was announced at last Summer Games Fest. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's get another big Capcom announcement. And I know everyone is saying, and I do think it's true, the next Resident Evil remake is going to be Code Veronica. It's not going to be the original Resident Evil. It's not going to be Resident Evil 0. I do think we're going Code Veronica. So I think it's either going to be a Code Veronica announcement or let's give it to the fans. Let's get a remake of Dino Crisis. Make this the year Dino Crisis happens. Let's go big. That's my swing for the fences. It's happening, and this is the year for the announcement.
I can see that happening. I mean, it's been a fan favorite for a remake for quite a while. And if they can port that over like a remake into Unreal 5 or Unreal 6, it would be quite possibly one of the better looking dinosaur games out ever. And this is coming from someone with like 800 hours in Ark Survival Evolved. So, yeah.
It's the year of the dinosaur because we got potential Dino Crisis announcement. We had that new Turok game that was announced. I think it was Turok Evolution. It's like a third-person shooter, and I think that's supposed to be coming this year. And I think Jeff Keighley, it was either Summer Games Fest or Games Awards when
Turok Origins.
Originally, Origins.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's still supposed to come this year, and I have such a big nostalgic part of my heart for Turok. I love that franchise. Give me more dinosaurs. We haven't had good dinosaur games in a while. All right, I feel like there's certain themes that come in waves in games. Bring back dinosaurs. So give me Dino Crisis. Man. Give me more Turok.
The last Dino game I played was like Horizon Zero Dawn. If you can consider those mechs like mechanoid dinosaur things, right?
Yeah. Well, we did have that PlayStation game. Was it Wow, it just came out a couple of months ago. It was a PlayStation game. It was supposed to be in like the vein of Dino Crisis. Horrible game. It was like something, main character's name Violet. And everyone's like, oh, this is going to be the scratch that itch. Did not scratch the itch. So Capcom, help us scratch the itch. Give us Dino Crisis.
Yep, for sure. Okay, well, seeing as you swung for the fences, I think I'm going to swing for the fences here. Star Wars Zero Company. You've heard of that game, right? The tactic, turn-based, XCOM like.
I think that's a lock.
You think it's a lock?
I mean, we're gonna hear about it soon. I think it's coming out real soon.
I hope so.
Whether I hope they show it off at this Summer Games Fest, but I almost think that's close to a lock, my guy. That is one of my most anticipated games. I'm not usually for the turn-based real-time combat, but I do love XCOM. I did love their Marvel game that came out. Star Wars, with they had a trailer a couple months ago with the story and the dialogue choices. That's gonna be I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but that's gonna be one of the best games.
Absolutely.
Do we have a release date? I think a release date trailer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they need to, one, put out some new content, but two, give us a solid release date. I don't care if this is coming out at the same time as Grand Theft Auto. I will buy this game and play it.
Over Grand Theft Auto?
I mean, come on, man. I listen.
Well, you not having a console, I think you're gonna have to if Grand Theft Auto.
When does Grand Theft Auto release?
November 19th.
And
so they say.
November 9th. That's like a week or two after my daughter will be born. So I will not have a whole lot of time, but
They
you
let you
can't.
bring setups in the hospital nowadays. I've seen a lot of.
That's why I have a Steam Deck.
Well, Grand Theft Auto on Steam
No,
Deck. I don't know,
that's
man.
not. It's probably not going to run. No, it's yeah.
I,
But
I will say Jeff Keighley does have a penchant for announcing Star Wars games at either his Game Awards show or Summer Games Fest. So
yeah,
I think we saw Fate of the Old Republic, the new Casey Hudson creator Mass Effect. He announced his game at, I think it was the Game Awards this
yeah.
past one. Not going to see that for a long time.
No,
I
it's
think
up there with Star Wars Eclipse, man.
Star Wars Eclipse. You know what? Call it in. We have to see. If we don't see something this year, that game is officially dead.
Oh man, don't say that, please.
I mean, Quantic Dream hasn't pushed out a game since Detroit. I forget. Detroit Become Human.
Become Human, yeah.
Which was what, 2018, 2019? Could be wrong. Where's Star Wars Eclipse? Like, what is that studio doing? You know what? I'll send it in. You have the turn-based XCOM game. I'm putting in. We have to see something from Eclipse. I think Jeff Keighley is the guy to give it to us.
Absolutely. Awesome. What else you got?
Maybe this. All right. I swung for the fences on the first one. I think this one's probably a little bit of a safer bet, given the penchant for previous Summer Games Fest. But I think we see our first gameplay for the new Black Myth game, Zhongqi, spiritual successor, kind of continuation to Black Myth Wukong. The third person action game. We've only seen the incredible looking cinematic trailer for that game, but I think that game has always performed well at these Jeff Keighley events. I think we see Zhongqi. I'm super excited about it. I never beat Black Myth Wukong. Again, not the biggest on hard difficult games, but I'm getting there. But just the cinematics, the story of these games, just the fast pace of the action. I think we're gonna see a little bit more from Zhongqi. What are your thoughts? Did you play the first Black Myth?
I did not, but so I'm Chinese. My dad, he hasn't been doing a whole lot of gaming for quite a while, but for his birthday, I bought him a gaming laptop, and Black Myth Wukong was like the one game he picked up, and he was grinding that game. And actually, that was like around release. He actually hasn't really played any other games since, so he was really excited, and he was telling me that it's a really fantastic game. So I will have to try Black Myth Wukong. I have friends that tell me it's a great game, especially if you enjoy harder combat games.
I think you especially are gonna love that game.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I've just never gotten super interested in like the Chinese mythos, but no, I do plan on it's on the backlog. I mean, it.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I don't know too much about the Zhongqi myth. I know the Journey to the West. For the first game based on, I knew some knowledge, so it got me super excited. But yeah, I'm even more excited for this one. Just like something new, a story I never heard before. I'm not super familiar with it, so. Come on, Jeff Keighley. Let's get Nick's dad excited and maybe buy him his second game for his laptop.
Yeah, so it doesn't feel like a waste of money.
That's right.
Awesome. Here's one, and we were talking about it in our pre-show. We were talking about Alan Wake. We were talking about Control and that whole universe. I'm ready for an announcement to Alan Wake 3 or another Control game. I know Resonance is coming out, but as we discussed in our pre-show, it's kind of a different vibe, right? It's more of a Devil May Cry hack and slash type game. I want something more Control or Alan Wake vibe that's I know you disagree, right? It's a little more slow paced, but yet story driven. I It's just something about those games, man. It gives the vibes. It just draws me in, and I need
Yeah.
something. I need a teaser.
I So it's no secret that Jeff Keighley and Sam Lake are the greatest of friends. Sam Lake is at all of these shows,
Every
so
single one. Yeah.
I do think Control Resonant. I think put that as a hard lock. I think we'll definitely see more of that game. Probably a release date trailer, because I think it's still on pace to come out this year in a very full packed fall lineup. So I think Control Resonant is a lock. Do we see more out of Remedy Entertainment and Sam Lake's studio? Potentially. Do you think it'd be Alan Wake 3, or do you think it'd be a new project? Or do we go crazy? Is a Quantum Break 2?
No. um, I can see them having Alan Wake 3. I would love for them to branch out into another part of the universe, right? Just like how they did with Control, and really continue to build on the universe.
Yeah.
The Remedy games have all it's if you isolate the games themselves, like yeah, the story's pretty good. It's a pretty good game. But for me, what really makes these games, it's that you play all these different games and you get all these little tidbits of lore and you can piece all of this together, and it's like this giant mysterious universe, and it's just so entertaining. It's like the back rooms, right? Or like if you I don't know how familiar you are with like SCP, like standard containment protocol, like that kind of universe. It's very much adjacent to all of these are very adjacent in terms of like their genre, and I've always been super interested. So I do want to see something newer from them. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Lake, Remedy Entertainment, like there's you know, they're not my favorite games personally, but at the same time, like that studio just oozes creativity. And so I agree. It would be lovely to see something like a new IP within that overall world. And that's what I love about Summer Games Fest too. Is like, we could give our predictions, but like of all the other showcases, we don't know what could happen at the studio at the showcase. So
yeah, we're gonna be. I think we can safely say we will be pleasantly surprised. We always are, honestly.
Yep. What else do I got? Speaking of, actually, I'll do a pivot from what I wrote down just because talking about Sam Lake kind of reminded me of. I would love to see Jeff's other good buddy. He has a couple good buddies, but another one I would love to see is my boy Joseph Fares, who is the head of Hazelight Studios, same people who made Split Fiction last year, as well as the Game of the Year winner, It Takes Two in 2021, I believe it was. We know he's cooking up another game. There was a teaser from Split Fiction that if you did like a crazy platforming level, they flew the winners of that puzzle to their studios to go take a tease of their next game. I don't know if it's too soon. Split Fiction just came out, but I love everything that Joseph Fares puts out from his studio. Maybe we get a little bit of a teaser of what's to come out of him. I think that one's a pretty big swing for the fences. That's probably going to be more a next year thing, but yeah, I just love that studio so much. I would love to see what he's cooking up next, because I think he's probably one of the most creative guys in the entire industry right now, always pushing out quality content.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it might be a little too early, but I mean, would always love seeing his games being announced, right? I mean, even going back to one of his first games, A Way Out, phenomenal. Like I know it was nothing too great, but when I experienced that with my friend, it was like something we've never experienced before, right? I mean, just two different point of views, and I'm playing my portion, my friend's playing his portion, and we're getting through the story together. It's just like it's never been done. Like he's kind of a visionary in this space, and absolutely would love to see more coming from him. But when you said like one of Jeff Keighley's friends and things like, I thought you were gonna go and say Hideo Kojima.
That's the second guy I was alluding to. Is Hideo Kojima gonna make an appearance, as he tends to do? But what
I
would he come out with?
I really hope he. What would he come? OD? Come on.
But I don't know. I don't know if it's too early for OD knock. I think you and we both really need to see what that game is. We love Hideo Kojima. Another, speaking about visionaries, I think his name comes up first in the video game dictionary of, visionary entertainers for the industry. I I don't know if I would love to see OD knock. That might be another swing for the fences trailer or announcement, but even though we saw so little of it, what we saw was so good, and it is
So
definitely
good.
one of my
And
most anticipated
he's
games.
Working with Jordan Peele.
Oh
And
right, yeah.
and Jordan Peele's movies have been pretty phenomenal, right? It's
I
Unreal
mean, talk
5.
about another man. Everything he touches turns to gold. His comedy, his horror.
Yeah.
Big Jordan Peele fan, and putting those two in a creative room together is just top notch.
Exactly. And I think Hideo even mentioned that this game is about testing your fear threshold, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he even has stated that he does not want to rely on traditional jump scares. He wants the game to be designed to focus on deep psychological dread and anticipation. And if you've played any horror games, there's a difference, right? Like, and I think I've talked to you about this one game before. It's called Darkwood. It's a
Mm-hmm.
top-down horror
Yep.
game, right? Indie, and it has some of the best audio in a horror game ever. And that game has me more immersed than any horror game out there. More so than Outlast, more so than, I don't know, Resident Evil. Like, I think Hideo Kojima and Jordan Peele, I think they will be able to craft a masterpiece. So I really do hope that they show something at the Summer Games Fest.
Honestly, the audio alone on that trailer that we saw for
Oh,
OD Knock, if you haven't listened to that trailer with headphones on, dark room, tell me you don't get a shiver down your spine
oh yeah.
listening to it. It's going to be something absolutely special. But I think, I could be wrong, but if we're going to see it, it's hard to know if that'll be a Summer Games Fest thing because Jeff Keighley, or I do know, I think Microsoft Xbox actually has some marketing rights with that. It was originally announced on an Xbox stage. So either
Wow.
way, between the Xbox Showcase or Summer Games Fest, I think we're both really hoping Hideo pops up in some capacity. I have one, and it's related to Ubisoft. And Ubisoft, if you remember back in the old E3 days, Ubisoft used to have its own full length presentation right around the same time, along with EA. They haven't done that in a couple of years. I think Ubisoft has been down the tubes lately. You know, I don't think their pirate game, now I'm forgetting the name of it,
Skull and
uh,
Bones.
Skull and Bones did too well. Assassin's Creed Shadows, they said met some of their expectations, but I don't think it, did the numbers AC Valhalla did.
I mean, there's a reason why gamers out there call them Ubislop, right?
Exactly. And I they haven't talked about the Splinter Cell remake in years. They canceled the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake, even though it sounded like it was close to done. Just a lot of bad news out of Ubisoft. I think they need to show up in some capacity this year. I know they were looking to get purchased by a third party. They need something to raise their stock price, being the public company that it is. I think we could get some Far Cry 7 news. I know
Uh,
there were some heavy rumors on it could be based in Alaska, but I think Summer Games Fest, perfect time, audience, captivated audience to release some news around
yeah.
what's coming out of Ubisoft soon.
It would be great to hear more about Far Cry 7, especially because of the recent news that came out that there have been internal testing on using generative AI, and
Yep.
the feedback was that it looks atrocious. So
Mm.
I would love to see and or hear more, and maybe what was said was unfounded, but it doesn't it doesn't instill a lot of hope in me. But as a
Right.
big Far Cry 3 fan, um, Far Cry was a Double Dragon, Primal, some of the older Far Cries, I do hope that they go back and return to their roots a little bit more. But yeah, we'll
I
see.
mean, right now they're just banking on. And don't get me wrong, it looks incredible. The Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake looks incredible and is arguably, some people's favorite, at least a top 2, top 3 Assassin's Creed game, and that comes out later next month. But they can't just rely on old, remakes, etc. They need something to push the genre forward. I like Far Cry. The last 2 weren't my favorite, but they need either some new IP or some revitalization into these franchises and stop sticking to the same old formula. So
Yeah,
hoping we get something out of Ubisoft to keep us excited, because they've been down bad lately.
they have been. Like, give us OG Splinter Cell back, man. Remake Splinter Cell, like the first Splinter Cell game, if you have to, right?
Talk about an easy layup.
Exactly, exactly. Like Ghost Recon, right? What else? Don't even get me started on Rainbow Six. I get it. There are Rainbow Six Siege fans, and I have probably 600 hours in Siege, but it's, to me,
I mean, that
Siege
game is
is
what's
like
keeping that company alive right now.
I know, but bring me back to Rainbow Six Vegas, right? Take me back. But it's probably wishful
I would
thinking.
welcome a Vegas 3 with open arms.
Yeah.
I don't even need anything. Just give us Vegas 3. It's never gonna happen, but
In the same engine as Wildlands, I think that would be great, honestly.
honestly, do you remember the teaser that it was the cancel game and it became Siege? But Rainbow Six, it was called Rainbow Six Patriots,
Yeah.
and they had that teaser trailer of the guy on the bridge
Yeah, that
with
was
the vest strapped on. You have to make the. Oh my god! Just give me. I know that may not play in today's world, but give me something with like a solid single player Rainbow Six game that can rival Call of Duty, because Call of Duty has been on the back foot for the last couple of years.
yeah.
Give me something single player
Something
oriented to
single
Rainbow
player.
Six. I would be there all day.
I think the closest one right now is Ready or Not, right? The SWAT kind of SWAT police
Yeah.
simulator type game. Like they can easily do
Yeah.
something like that and make a lot of money.
Balls on their court, but they just keep missing every shot that they take.
Exactly.
They have so many easy layups, but
Yeah.
not taking them.
Yeah. Okay. But I have a couple quick hitters, Marco, and we can discuss it if you'd like. Animusha, Way of the Sword.
I think that's gonna be there.
You think that's gonna be there?
And what I will say, I'm so glad, and this is my hope, is like, I love that we're reviving
Animusha
old franchises.
Yeah.
Just franchises in general. Like, there's so many good IP from the early 2000s, such as Animusha, that have not been touched in decades. I'm so excited for that.
Bring back Tenchu Z, man. That's what they need to bring back.
Please. I mean, we just had Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei. Ubisoft isn't like doing stealth as good as they used to.
People like ninjas.
People love ninjas.
Yeah.
Give us some more ninjas.
You just finished Ninja Gaiden, right? The new one.
I did just finish Ninja Gaiden.
Come on.
I love that game, by the way, too. If you haven't, like, Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge put such a sour taste in everyone's mouth, and I think Ninja Gaiden 4 was such a lovely surprise announcement last year, and to be released in the same year that's announced, incredible. Bring back ninjas.
Absolutely. Like we need something like that.
I mean, I already said it earlier. Bring back dinosaurs. Give us dinosaurs. Give us ninjas.
Zombies.
Zombies.
I'm not asking for much, right? Like, come on.
I don't need Call of Duty 9. I need
the same slop over and over again. Exactly. Emberville. Emberville, for those who haven't heard it, it is an indie game um, that is backed by the Twitch streamer Co Carnage. And if anybody has watched Co Carnage, they know that he plays a lot of video games, and he typically plays them to completion. And so a lot of streamers have bad takes, but his takes are actually pretty good in a sense of like accessibility for video games, UI, and just like general things that makes games fun and better for gamers. And so he's backing this game. And if you look it up on Steam, I don't know if you have it pulled up, but it's essentially like kind of this cutesy like pixel art top down adventure slash RPG game. Oh, isometric. That's the term. So if you played like something like Stardew Valley, it looks kind of like Stardew Valley, but maybe a little more action oriented. So I'm very excited for that. That's on my one of my quick hitters. Don't know if you have any comments on that.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the time for these high profile indie games, double A games. I think in many ways these types of games are not only just gaining in popularity, but outright beating some of these big triple A
Oh yeah,
games. And I'm happy that some of these games are getting the big bucks, right, from these, you know, mainstream streamers, right? And yeah, games like this, pixel art looks incredible, gameplay, like we need more of these types of games. And honestly, I think these are the types of games that are pushing the industry forward, right?
absolutely.
Like this is where the true innovation is coming from. And so just, Emberville, but just even just out of Summer Games Fest generally, like I'm excited to see, yeah, what are all these new indies we haven't even heard of yet or seen before. Um, and yeah, I think that's one of the most exciting things about these shows. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but honestly, if you give some of these games a try, like, and discover something new, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by, you know, the quality of coming out of the indie scene lately.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know we talked about Stardew earlier. A quick Google search showed that they have sold till to this date over 50 million copies. He's Concerned Ape, that's the developer. He's a solo developer.
Insane.
He did his own art, his own music, like his coding. It's just one person, right? It that is the power of indies. Other indie games like Minecraft now is owned by Microsoft, right? But that was an indie game, and that huge blew up. Terraria, right? Like indies, like you said, eh, I think they are kind of what's pushing the industry forward, right? I think a lot of the AAA games like Call of Duty are very much held back by their own philosophies, right? They don't want to change, and indie games are the ones to take that next step to push the envelope.
Yeah, and I was just looking up. It says it's Q3 2026. So yeah, maybe this is the time we get a release date trailer
Awesome.
for Emberville specifically. So
Yeah.
yeah.
On the topic of indies, Blackwood. I know we talked about that in our pre-show a little bit. It's about a guy that runs a DVD store in New York, I think back in 2012. But then by night he's like a ruthless assassin. It's just an indie game. It looks very cinematic. Kind of like, to me, it looked a little more like modern day, John Woo's Stronghold, right?
Stranglehold.
Stranglehold,
Stranglehold. Yeah.
or like a Sleeping Dogs type game.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
That's
it looks like that, right? But more modern. The graphics look high fidelity. So I'm
Yeah, it's a type of double A game that could do well at a thing like the Summer Games Fest, right? So even if you're not into these, quote lower budget, non AAA games, this is the type of game that would sell really well to the type of audience that's watching Summer Games Fest. So
yeah,
yeah, no, it'd be
yeah,
amazing to see, and yeah, I think it's giving us that Max Payne type
yeah.
feel,
John
which by
Wick
the
you
way,
mentioned, right?
John Wick is, was I think I don't remember if it was announced at a Jeff Keighley show, but it was announced fairly recently. Yeah, maybe we see a trailer for that. But honestly, the other thing is too. Is speaking of Remedy from earlier, they announced that Max Payne 1 remake. Where's that at? Maybe
Mm,
that's what we get out of
mm,
Remedy if Sam Lake's gonna be at the show. I'm
that'd be
fine with. Hey,
insane.
give me Max Payne
They
remake all day.
they said they want to put Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2 into one game, like
Mm.
one package, and then so they're remaking that and then eventually remaking Max Payne 3. So yeah, I'm excited for that
Yeah.
too, for sure. Um, Total War Warhammer 40K. I played a lot of Total War Warhammer in general. 40K, a lot of people were saying like it was not going to be done. It was announced. I think this is potentially a big game for them to talk about at the Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, I think the real time strategy community definitely needs some new content. And
Absolutely.
Warhammer is coming to a peak. Obviously, we had Space Marine last year, the year before. That
Dawn of
sold big
War.
numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dawn of War. Not to mention, Amazon secured Henry Cavill, famously a Warhammer player, to do. I think it was a TV show that they announced.
Yeah, TV show.
That's in production. Like, yeah, Warhammer is gaining in popularity, and as a board gamer myself, if you guys couldn't tell from my background, I'm so happy that Warhammer is getting its time in the sun as a franchise, and then we just continue to get more and more content because it's such a rich universe that really lends itself to a wide variety of games. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, an RTS in the Warhammer universe, sign me up.
Absolutely. And Warhammer is famously known to be a high monetary entry fee to get into that hobby. And I think having a video game like Total War or like Dawn of War or Space Marine, it allows you to get, enamored with the franchise without having to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for the miniatures, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I had a couple more.
Okay. I have one more that I'd be remiss if I didn't say.
Maybe we're gonna say the same thing.
You might. Yeah, we might.
Is
I don't
it,
know.
From a certain Ken Levine? Ken Levine's Ghost Games.
I'll let you talk about that in just one moment. There is
Okay.
a game that I think many people need to know about. It's my current obsession. Path of Exile 1.0. That's coming out the end of the year. I've been playing 5.0 or 0.5. They're going I really do hope, because 1.0 is going to be a giant update, and it's going to be an insane update, big changes, and I think hopefully they show some 0.5 stuff for the crowd now, but 1.0 for the future.
Has Path of Exile been shown at one of these showcases before?
Every so often they show like the big updates and things like that, and that's why I think 1.0 it's being pushed as like this big update, like the official release of Path of Exile 2. I think they might do that either at this fest or later on
maybe
down the year.
Game Awards, depending on if it comes out in December.
Yeah,
maybe the Game Awards is high time for it.
Exactly.
I need to see Judas. It's been, I don't even know how many years at this point.
It's gotta be like
BioShock is one of my favorite games of all time. Ken Levine. Where is this man? I know he just had an interview. I think I forgot who secured him, but Ken, where's this game? Where's this video game? I have been excited for Judas ever since it was announced. I love the theme. I love the story direction that they're going with, the different factions. We need to see something. Like I know the game is I know the game is coming. I just always have this deep rooted fear that it's canceled because of how silent they've been. But I think Jeff Keighley's stage is the place to show more of Judas. I don't even care if it's coming a year from now, 2 years. Just give me a sign of life.
Give us a cinematic. Like
no more cinematics. I need gameplay. I need to see
at this point, I'll take anything. Right? I'll take anything at this point. I mean, the good news is I just looked. They have a Steam page up.
Okay, that's a sign of life.
That's a sign of life, right? Um, but yeah, no, I can't wait. I mean, Ken Levine, he is. I mean, we talked about some, you know, people that are some visionaries in this industry, right? I think Ken Levine is one of them, and yeah, absolutely cannot wait for Judas.
Yep. My last prediction, I do think it could be. I want to say it's a lock. I don't want to say it's a lock, but I think having Square Enix recently announced that their exclusive strategy for their Final Fantasy games didn't perform up to expectations. We had Final Fantasy 16, we had Final Fantasy Rebirth, the second part of the Final Fantasy remake trilogy, released exclusively at first on PlayStation. I think that game is coming to Xbox the next couple of weeks. I forget the release date, but it's coming sometime now in June, finally coming to Xbox. I do think if they're moving away from that exclusive strategy and going more multi-platform out the gate, maybe we see the third part of the Final Fantasy VII remake trilogy.
Ooh, yeah.
I still need to beat Rebirth. It's a very long game. I was kind of taking my time with it. But I think this is the crowd you do that for, and tell us when it's coming. I think it's been a couple years removed from Rebirth, and just give us that teaser trailer so we know when to expect this game, because we know it's probably going to be the biggest game in the trilogy.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good call out. And like you said, I think they're looking to revitalize the franchise, right? And taking a look at their strategy and how they're gonna put out their games. And I mean, I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, and
Yep.
I'm sincerely looking forward to
I mean,
that.
the swing for the fences prediction would be Kingdom Hearts 4, but that's not happening. It's not. I don't even want to disappoint myself. We're not seeing another trailer for that game
Dude,
for years, but
Kingdom
that would blow up
Hearts.
the internet. Would be more news on Kingdom Hearts 4. So I'm going with a safer bet of what is the what is the name of the third game in the trilogy, and
Yeah,
when can we expect it?
yeah, yeah. And before we wrap up, I do want to say Kingdom Hearts being one of my favorite franchises out there. I wasn't a big fan of 3, and it's put a damper on my expectations for 4. But you know, I do need it.
You have to hold on to hope.
I need to, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not a heartless.
Don't be heartless. Exactly.
But all right, guys. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed our quick segment on the Summer Games Fest. Marco and I, we really had some. You know, we wanted to discuss some key predictions and wish lists and things like that, and maybe brought up some games that you all have never heard about. But let us know in the comments what games you are all looking for, what games you are expecting to be at the Summer Games Fest. But
What do
yeah,
you think we got right? What do you think we got wrong? And we'll do some post shows breakdowns as well,
yeah.
so you can look forward to that. But thanks for watching us. We hope you enjoy what we're doing here as
Yep.
well. So we really appreciate your support.
Definitely. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, please make sure to follow. And we will catch you guys at the next one.
See you guys.